What's up guys, Zeenigami here, and let's go over some very interesting One Piece Treasure Cruise news. On the Line, yes, L-I-N-E version, that is the Taiwanese version of One Piece Treasure Cruise. If you've never heard of it, I don't blame you. Nobody really plays it that much. It's basically the ghetto version of One Piece Treasure Cruise. The Line version has a new 6-star character, and that is 6-star Chinese New Year Luffy. The Chinese New Year Luffy is basically an upgraded version of Gear 3. His captain ability boosts the attack of characters by 3.5 times after the third perfect, the exact same thing as Gear 3 Luffy, but on the after the fifth perfect, that means that if you hit all 5 perfects, that last character will get a 3.75 times boost instead. So he is basically an upgraded version of Gear 3 Luffy. He's a Dex Fighter Free Spirit character, by the way. There it is, Dex Fighter Free Spirit. His attack stats, not sure what they max out at, but you know, he is there. His special ability is an unconditional, deals 120 times. Oh, he deals 120 times his attack as damage to all enemies, and also it boosts the attack of all characters by 1.5 times for one turn. So it's just 1.5 times attack boost for all characters by one turn, which is it's a little strong. It's a pretty good special ability. Now, the art sucks. The art's terrible. This is probably never going to come to the global or Japanese version of One Piece Treasure Cruise. This is just the Line version does some very interesting things. And speaking of interesting things the Line version does, they are adding a PvP system. I take that back. They have added a PvP system. It is already live on their servers. So the Line version has autoplay. It also has, you can buy extra character crew costs. You can buy extra crew costs for gems. You can do multi-pulls of 25 gems at once for 5 character multi-pulls. The Line version was the first version to have multi-pulls in general. It's a lot of weird things that the Line version has. Basically, the multi-pulls is the only thing that has gone from the Line version to the other versions. But here we have a PvP system, and I, for one, personally, really don't want it to come out on the other versions. Now, here's some screenshots of the PvP version. There is a video by Carter Chiang. I'm probably saying that wrong. Carter Chiang. I will put a link to his video right here. He is one showing all the work, so please go to his channel, check out his video, and check out the full thing yourself. But I'm going to jump to a few parts here that concern me. And the first part is this part right here that shows come on, a little bit further. This part right here. So here is a leaderboard for the PvP. It's a rank PvP leaderboard. Whenever you win a fight, you gain rank points, and it goes up and down. And first, second, and third place on this leaderboard get special characters. That is, first, second, and third here get a special character. They get some kind of special character from PvP, and it looks like these characters are only available from PvP. Now, and then it goes down 3rd to 5th, 10 to 5 to 10, 4 to 10, 11 to 50, 51 to 100. Those people get gems, and then once you go lower to the thousands and tens of thousands, you get berries and stuff like that. And there you have a new energy system. You can see here that there's a second energy bar here. That is this energy bar here is for PvP fights, and it's concerning because it does make it so that way if you have good characters in One Piece Treasure Cruise, and you can actually do well in them. Triac with the 713 sub. If you have good characters, if you have like a double Akainu team, or you have not you only a double Akainu, you're Akainu, then you can do a lot better. Now here's an example fight. You can see their ship, you can see their team, you can see their sockets, and that starts out kind of interesting, right? That's kind of interesting to be able to fight someone else and see what their team is. The problem is that One Piece Treasure Cruise is a team-based, or a turn-based game, where you can destroy characters in like a single turn, and this part is what really concerns me right here. You don't actually play it. This is an autoplay game. You don't tap the screen. You don't use your specials. Characters use their specials whenever they're just ready. They target random things with their specials. They target random characters with their attack. Your characters could decide to all attack one character, but then they could also decide to attack someone else instead halfway through the attacks. The opponent's team could do the same thing. They could attack one character. They can attack wherever. You know, Golden Pound, and the specials are different too. The specials also change how Golden Pound Usopp is now a bind, and you can see his strategy is working really well there, where you bind one character and then you kill him that same turn. That's just how this whole system works. And yeah, it's just seems to be slow and not fun, because you sit here and you start it and you just watch it until it's over. Yay! He won. That doesn't look fun. You get your rank, you get whatever. That doesn't look fun to me. You know, like, part of One Piece Treasure Cruise I like is just actually going through the stage and actually fighting things and trying to do the best I can to beat some enemy. But whenever I'm trying to get first to third place in order to get these special characters that you can get only from first, third place, and you get extra gems for being high on those places, but the people with the stronger characters are just gonna do better. You know, if I'm farming Mihawk and you're farming Mihawk, if you're a free-to-play player and you have terrible characters, you can still farm Mihawk just as well as I can. You might be a little bit slower, but it's not like somehow my ability to farm Mihawk hinders your ability to farm Mihawk. But with the PvP system, it does. If I and anyone else who buys a lot of gems take first through 100th place, you're gonna be down at place 10,000 because you don't have a single legend and all you get are some berries, and then the rich get richer. And yeah, it's just poorly implemented. And I can't see any way I've always said I can't see any way PvP working in One Piece Treasure Cruise. There's just more things that PvP is just not working in. So the line version of One Piece Treasure Cruise is doing some interesting things that it's just not looking great. But good news is we're probably never going to get them to the global and the Japanese version, so don't worry about balancing issues. But this is another fun part. This is 6+ Hancock Dragon Seeker. Thanks for that resub. 6+ Hancock. That's right. We're skipping over Rayleigh. We're going to Hancock, who a lot of people really were looking forward to getting that 6+ version. Whitebeard 6-star plus was basically a straight upgrade of a Whitebeard. You know, Whitebeard was already a character that could beat everything in the game. His captain ability just got strictly better. Instead of just doing a 3 times attack boost below 30%, he now does also boost attack by 1.5 times above 30%. His special ability, instead of just cutting health by 30%, now also shuffles your orbs, so that way, or shuffles non-matching orbs, so you keep any matching orbs and you get another chance at some more matching orbs. That's great. That's awesome. Whitebeard just got better. Hancock mostly became a different character. Hancock mostly changed into a different kind of Hancock. So Hancock, instead of being a fighter, is now a free spirit shooter. Which is fine. I'm okay with that, of her being a free spirit shooter. That's okay to me. Her these stats right here are all estimated. Those are all estimates based on her 6-star version. These are just estimates of what they could be. It could be completely different. But the level 1 stats are correct. Her captain ability now boosts the attack of Psy and Quick characters by a large amount. We don't know how much this amount is. Fingers crossed that it's above 3 times. She used to boost by 2.75 times, so now we're crossing our fingers that maybe she's like Croc. It says by a variable amount, which could mean that as long as you're above 30%, it's on or off. But it could mean that if you're at 70%, then you're only at 2.75 times attack boost. But if you're at 100%, then maybe you're at like a 3 times attack boost, or maybe you're at 3.25. We don't exactly know how her captain ability attack boost will work yet, because it just says by a large amount, a variable large amount. And if you're in the damage calculator for testing purposes, I have set her to 3 times for now. We also don't know if it's at 70% for her threshold, but since Whitebeard's threshold didn't change when he was evolving to his plus version, we're going to assume that it's about the same, that it's that 70% threshold for whether or not her boost is on. But now she doesn't boost your recovery if you're above 70%. Now she boosts her recovery only when she's below 70% threshold. So below the 70% threshold, you'll lose your attack boost, but she will boost your recovery by 1.5 times instead of your Psy and Quick characters instead. Her special ability is pretty good. It boosts the attack and recovery of... Actually, her special ability... The special ability is quite good. It's very good. It's boosts the attack and recovery of Psy and Quick characters by 1.75 times for 1 turn. Delays all enemies for 1 turn. Changes your own Captain Orb into Quick. Now, this is not changes her orb into Quick. Changes your Captain Orb into Quick. So if she is a friend captain, or if she is not your captain, it's not her orb that will change. It's the Captain Orb that will change to Quick. Recovery. I said Quick a bunch of times, I think. So if she changes your Captain Orb to Recovery, and then if you're above 75% health when you use her special, she would change the entire left column orb into matching. That's very good. She gives you basically 3 guaranteed matching orbs, gives you a recovery orb on your captain, which you can use in combination with her boosted boosted recovery to get a great heal a bunch, and then everything will also be delayed by 1 turn. So here's an example team with double 6+ Hancock, right? So double 6+ Hancock, we're assuming she's a 3 times attack captain. You can turn on her special, Dofi special for orb boost, Nero for a 30% boost if they have boosted defense, Kizaru to boost your chain multiplier, and Gladius to boost the attack of shooters. And since Hancock, boost the color affinity of shooters, and since Hancock's now a shooter, she, Nero, and Kizaru will all have their affinity boosted by 1.75 times, which is pretty cool. And you can get a nice, like, 15 million out of that. Now, you can actually get more damage if you have a Kizaru friend. And we'll turn on his attack there. We'll give him attack and hit points cotton candy, because that's what you'll probably have on him. And this way, you can also extend the Hancock attack boost and the Doflamingo boost by 1 turn. So now you get 2 turns of all these specials. You can, of course... don't forget to actually assume you killed stuff in the last few turns with Aokiji. And... why is my attack lower than I expect? Because I don't have my Hancock special on. Right. So, Aokiji... Aokiji. Aokiji captain. Aokiji captain, let's say you have a Leo here. So that way you can lock your orbs. Now Leo locks your orbs. You can play with any orb blocker here. You can use whatever you want to lock orbs. And that way you can keep your you have 2 turns of 2 times orb boost, lock your orbs. Hancock also getting the 1.75 times boost for 2 turns as well. Pretty nice. Different characters, different damage, but the thing about Hancock is since her heal does not happen before your attack now, in a way her captain ability actually becomes a little bit weaker when combined with her special ability. So a old Hancock would heal for about 9,000 health when you use her special. If you use regular 6-star Hancock, she would heal for about 9,000 hit points if you have 100 recovery cotton candy on her. So that means if I were at this team in particular, if I need 15 or 500 health in order to be above 70%, I could be at 5,000 health, use her special, and that would push me up above the 70% threshold, and then I could attack with my full attack damage. Now, since Hancock gives herself a recovery orb, if you're below that threshold, let's say you have a double Hancock team, you're below the threshold, these have matching, she has a recovery, you heal for 9,000 still. You still heal for a lot, and you'll heal for even more if you have 2 recovery orbs or multiple recovery orbs. Like if you use a Kobe, Coliseum Kobe, you get yourself 3 recovery orbs, you'll heal for a lot. You'll heal even without her special on. That's 4,000 or 5,000 recovery. If you use Kobe special, that's healing for 1,500 basically. But that takes up an entire attack from you. You don't get that much damage. You don't have a captain ability on. And one thing that if somehow Hancock's captain ability is not at the start of the turn, but if, say, during your attack, you heal up above that amount, you hit your great, you heal above 70%, and then her attack damage boost turns on and her recovery turns off. If that could happen in the middle of attack, she'd be really good, because then you have user special, you get those matching orbs, you hit a great with your first attack. So let me turn on these. Nope. Yeah. Just one Hancock on. So you would have very little damage at first, but one of your Hancocks, Hancock goes down here. This one have the orb? Yeah, this one doesn't, yeah. So you hit a great with this Hancock. Come on, control click. There we go. You hit a great, you heal up with that Hancock. You heal all the way up above the 70% threshold, and then you finish your attacks with the rest of your characters. So that way, you get to heal and you get to attack. That would be really nice. But characters don't work like that. If you have to take a turn to heal up above 70%, that's your entire turn. You don't really get that damage. And that's assuming you use all your bursts on a turn that's not useful. You get a few 100,000 damage. Use 2 of them. You hit 2 greats. Say you just hit 2 greats. You heal back up to full, but you don't do that much damage. So her special ability, with her captain ability of having to be above a certain threshold in order to get that attack boost, actually got a little bit worse. Now you can still do stuff like use 6-star Kizaru special. 6-star Kizaru special that also heals you. You can use Marco special. In fact, this is one thing that works really well is the best use for Hancock is using a Hancock Marco team. It's one of the best things you can do. If you use Hancock Marco, just Hancock and Marco themselves will give you a type boost and an orb boost. So Hancock boosts your type, Marco boosts your orb, and you're good to go. Everything else is you can use them as whatever orb manipulator you want. So you could use like Rob Lucci here, which Rob Lucci is very nice on this team because Rob Lucci will change those 3 orbs and Hancock recovery or your captain recovery orb into matching. So Rob Lucci will be 4 matching orbs with, Hancock could give him a matching orb. So that's 5 matching orbs with Hancock and Rob Lucci, which is pretty nice. You know, that's very, very nice. And Marco and Hancock boosts also, Marco and Hancock together, Marco will make sure you're above 70% to turn on both of their captain abilities, boost your orbs by 2 turns. Hancock boosts your attack. That's it. You basically only need Hancock, Marco, and Rob Lucci to have a ton of matching orbs, be at full health, delay for 1 turn, get matching orbs, boost your attack, and boost your orbs. That's a lot of stuff to do with only 3 characters, so that is very nice. But compared to the power of other characters, it's not as nice. And and the big thing that this would change is Colosseums. Colosseums are one reason. Colosseums are basically Hancock's biggest power now. That's why Cavendish is so strong. Cavendish is amazingly strong. He's an amazingly good 6-star character. And the reason is, he does all of these things with only 1 character. Because Cavendish removes positive bust, which can actually be a good thing. Cavendish deals damage. He boosts his own attack. He boosts his own orb and gives himself a matching orb and locks his own orb. So he basically is a 1-man army to kill a red mini-boss in the Colosseum, or the final boss in the Colosseum if you need to. Cavendish does that all in 1 character. And we love Cavendish. He is amazing. He is incredibly powerful. Now, there are a lot of characters that do the same things Cavendish does, but better. Like, we have stronger orb boosts. We don't have stronger type boosts, but we have stronger type boosts that work for the whole team instead of Cavendish only boosting himself. So in a vacuum, Cavendish is not that good. But you have to remember that the power of Cavendish is that he does all that with 1 character. Hancock does a lot of stuff with 1 character. She boosts your damage of your entire team. She gives you 3 matching orbs. She also boosts your recovery if you need that. And she gives you a recovery orb, which you might need that too. So there's a lot of stuff that Hancock does, and she delays, and she delays. It's all very, very good things for the Colosseum. So my final reaction for Hancock is, while I don't like her as much, I don't like the way that they've changed 6-star Hancock. I would prefer these details to be on a different character. I would rather this be a different 6-star character than the Hancock, because it's very different from Hancock. Hancock, I would have liked a different type of buff. The captain ability change, I'm okay with. That could be a very good captain ability change for 6-star Hancock once we know what her attack boost is. But the special ability change completely changes how 6-star Hancock is. Now it's a really tough decision on if you want to evolve Hancock from her 6-star to her 6-star plus version, because they're now basically become different characters. You use 6 plus Hancock whenever you want to do a burst turn, and you use 6 regular 6-star Hancock when you want to delay and heal. So 6-star Hancock is for utility, delay, heal, recovery, that sort of thing. 6+ Hancock is more of a bursting special. So it makes it very hard to decide if you want to actually evolve her or not. And I would rather they just buffed the special the same way they buffed Whitebeard special, where it basically just became straight better. But ultimately, in the end, at the end of the day, we're gonna have to see Hancock in action. We have to actually get our hands in 6+ Hancock, play around with her to see how good she will actually be. But right now, not as crazy about her as Whitebeard, because Whitebeard's plus evolution was amazing. Hancock's plus evolution it's about the same as another 6-star character. And a lot of people I know have been drawing comparison between that and the new Brook. The new Brook that also delays by 1 turn, boosts the attack of characters by 1.75 times for 1 turn. But like I said, just like with Cavendish, Hancock's power is not only that she does these things, but that she also manipulates your orbs, and also changes her own orb, or changes your captain orb into recovery, which can all be very good things. Guys, I'm a Zeenigami. New 6-star Hancock, or 6-star plus Hancock. That's her art. New 6-star Luffy if you're on the line version. And the PvP for the line version is just... it's not good. Not good. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all stay beautiful.